All right, guys, so this is video number 2. Okay, so we're 30 days down already. We've talked about the importance of meal frequency, prepping the food, so I'm going to really stress that now. Moving into the more advanced stuff of carb cycling, meal prepping is super important, and the frequency is going to be key, okay? So a lot of you guys probably now are at a stage from picking from the list of foods that you guys maybe are getting a little hungry, all right, and starting to feel like a big difference in your energy levels, okay? So that's where everybody should be at just about. Okay, if you're not there, that's fine. But we're going to start going into this carb cycling. And the purpose of the carb cycling here, guys, is to not let the body get adjusted to a standard diet or the same calories over and over. Okay, so we're going to use some of the same calories, and we're going to teach you guys how to count your calories, how to count the amount of macros, things of that nature, okay? So starting with macros first, all right? So we hear the word macro a lot. So what does a macro even mean? Okay, so your macros are your protein, carbs, and your fat. Those are the main macros that you need to know. All right, so if here after 30 days, okay, and you guys go into this new cycle and you guys have questions about your food plan, hey, I don't understand why something's this way, I'm going to ask you these questions of what are your macros, let me see your numbers, let me see your calories, things of that nature, okay? If you don't have those numbers, all right, I can't do anything for you, all right? So it's really important to make sure that you guys know how to calculate these, okay? So once again, macros, protein, carbs, fat. Okay, so that's how we're going to illustrate that. All right. Now, so make sure you guys have a piece of paper and pen so you guys can write down some of the stuff. Write it in your book, whatever it may be. Okay, now, for 1 gram of protein, all right, so 1 gram of protein yields 4 calories, guys. Okay, so these are some numbers that we need to hang on to. So 4 calories here, just like that. So that's 4 calories for 1 gram of protein. 1 gram of carbs yields the same thing. Okay. Now, 1 gram of fat is going to yield 9 calories. Okay, so there's a difference here. Okay, so this is one of the biggest pieces here, is that the fat is going to yield more calories per gram than the carbs and the protein, all right? So these numbers are going to be super important to calculate our carb cycling method that we're going to choose, all right? So now, what's the cycle? So this is the cycle everybody needs to write down. So we have what we call our no days, okay? And we have our high days, okay? So no days, of course, meaning no carbohydrates. So when we say no, we're actually saying no starch carbs. So we're trying to limit the amount of starch carbs in our diet to as little to none if we can. And then our high days, of course, is high carbohydrates. So lots of carbs are taken in that day. Now, everybody always fights me on the no carb thing. Okay, I get it. There's carbs in veggies. There's carbs in your protein shakes. Once again, starch carbs, guys. So really stay focused on the fact that we're looking at starch carbs only. Okay? So video number 2, this is kind of the things that we need to write down. Make sure you guys got a pen, paper, calculator out for video number 3 here, guys.